I confessed to my therapist. Lately, I've realized something is wrong with me. I can't control the thoughts in my mind. Strange images keep appearing. The doctor instantly understood. His expression didn't change at all. He simply nodded. It's all right. This is normal. Every man has thoughts like that. He closed my file, his gaze gentle. Would you mind telling me exactly what you fantasize about? I was silent for a long time. I fantasize about someone loving me. When Bai Ningbing texted me, I was discussing my condition with my therapist. I looked at the doctor apologetically, but he gave me a reassuring smile. I looked at my phone. Her message was at the top of the screen. Fang Yuan, let's get divorced. It was the 40th time she'd asked me for a divorce. Like every time before, I should have changed the subject or desperately begged her not to. But not this time. I only nodded and calmly replied, okay. She seemed surprised. She hadn't expected me to agree so readily. The typing indicator appeared, then vanished. After a long while, she messaged again. I'll come pick you up later. I stood outside the hospital feeling lost, remembering what the doctor had said. Mr. Fang, your psychological condition is severe. If you don't receive treatment soon, you'll begin experiencing hallucinations. That could put you in grave danger. Before this, I'd wondered whether she might drive me insane one day. I never imagined it would come true so quickly. In the 3rd year after Bai Ningbing lost her memory, I was diagnosed with severe mental illness. Soon, a Porsche pulled up quietly in front of me. The window rolled down, revealing Bai Ningbing's delicate face. Get in. That winter was especially cold. The moment I got into the passenger seat, she handed me a cashmere shawl from the back seat. Put this on. Don't catch a cold. But after saying that, she frowned slightly. She clearly couldn't understand why, despite not liking me, she still instinctively took care of me. She didn't know, but I did. 10 years of habit had been carved into her subconscious. She had always been this gentle and thoughtful. She cared for me in every possible way. Even if she no longer remembered, her body remembered for her. The shawl's fragrance curled around my nose. Her scent made my heart ache. It was always like this. Whenever I told myself to harden my heart, I'd find traces of the love we'd shared. That was why I couldn't let this relationship go. But from today on, it would be over between us, because the Bai family would never allow a mentally ill man to remain Bai Ningbing's husband. I thought bitterly to myself. Besides, she didn't love me anymore. She wouldn't defy her family for me. The car stopped outside my apartment complex. She pulled a document from her bag, then tossed it onto my lap. This is the divorce agreement, along with the property settlement. Fang Yuan, look it over and see if there are any issues. I picked it up, didn't even read it, and quickly signed my name. Bai Ningbing frowned, seeming as if she wanted to say something. In the end, she only asked quietly, do you really want to divorce me? Why are you suddenly so determined this time? I pretended to be calm, but my chest felt tight. I answered in a hoarse voice, what? Isn't this what you've always wanted? Or can't you bear to let me go now? Though I said that, I still found myself waiting for her answer, hoping she might feel even the slightest regret. But she only gave a mocking smile. I'm only worried you'll change your mind again. I should have known that would be her answer. Still, I couldn't stop the pain inside me. To hide my feelings, I lowered my head, only to find a man's tie wedged between the seats. Whose tie is this? I asked casually. Bai Ningbing glanced at it. It was probably left by Wang Dateng last time. I sank into my seat without speaking. I knew who Wang Dateng was. He was Bai Ningbing's childhood friend. He liked Bai Ningbing since they were children. But Bai Ningbing had always loved only me. After Bai Ningbing lost her memory, Wang Dateng suddenly quit his job and came to work as her driver. I gathered my courage and asked her, do you like him? She froze, her brows knitting tightly. She seemed to be choosing her words. He's charming and funny. It's only natural that I'd have feelings for him. Perhaps because our marriage was about to end. The amnesiac version of her finally spoke honestly to me. I couldn't blame her for falling for someone else while she was still my wife. After all, Bai Ningbing had tried to save me during that car accident, and that was why she'd lost her memory. The car fell silent. I tried to steady myself and forced a smile. Then let me wish you happiness in advance. She said nothing, her expression darkening. Less than 10 minutes later, the car stopped beneath my apartment building. Before I got out, she looked at me once more. If you need anything, you can still come to me. After all, we were once husband and wife. That was her promise to me before she left. I still couldn't bear to let her go, but I shook my head, pretending it was nothing. Better not. Your future husband might not like it. Wait. This is for you. Since we're cutting ties, I should return this to you. It was a pair of matching couples pendants. I'd given them to her when we first started dating. She'd always kept hers on her keyring. I kept the other one. Seeing my hesitation, she added, if you don't want it, I'll throw it away. It was proof of our love. It held extraordinary sentimental value. But now, it was just trash. Just like me. In the end, I didn't take it. I watched her toss the pendant into a roadside trash can. I stood there without stopping her. Before getting into the car, she turned back and briefly said, Fang Yuan, I hope your life gets better from now on. I was silent for a long time. She seemed to be waiting for my response. Without me, she would probably have a better life. So I looked at her and gave a quiet laugh. You too. Since my official divorce from Bai Ningbing, many days had passed. I kept myself shut inside my home. At first, the pain was unbearable, but soon, I had no time to grieve. I realized my condition was rapidly worsening. So many familiar people and things were beginning to blur in my memory, like old Zhang, who delivered my milk every day, Uncle Li, the guard who always liked chatting with me, and the orange cat downstairs that was especially affectionate with me. And sometimes, I had hallucinations. I felt as though someone was calling to me. I was afraid that eventually, I wouldn't even remember who I was. If my memory couldn't be trusted, I'd have to rely on something else to remember. I recorded everything around me with my camera. At first, it worked. Until one day, while checking my camera's storage, I came across a photograph by accident. It showed a girl with bright eyes and pearly teeth. My heart raced and my cheeks burned as I looked at it. I felt as if I'd fallen in love at first sight. Only much later did I realize it was a photograph of Bai Ningbing when she was young. I was already forgetting the woman I loved. The sunlight was warm as I stood on the balcony, looking down below. Then a voice sounded beside my ear. Fang Yuan. I snapped back to myself. A beautiful young girl was sitting beside me. She was lovely, watching me with a bright smile. I felt that I should know her. In that instant, I felt wronged and heartbroken, and countless emotions surged through me. I wanted to tell her so much, but didn't know where to begin. I could only look at her in silence. She reached up to stroke my face, then rose onto her toes. She gently touched my dry lips. Then, incredibly, she kissed me so tenderly. She took my hand and pressed it to her cheek. After a while, she gave me a push. She whispered, "Get back inside." Only then did I realize half my body was already over the railing. If that girl hadn't called out to me, I might have fallen to my death. When I looked back again, she stood there, smiling at me. I went back inside. For safety's sake, I decided to lock the balcony door. Today, I stayed in my room as usual. The mysterious girl from yesterday appeared again. It seemed only I could see her. I asked the girl humming softly by my bed, "Are you my hallucination?" She tilted her head without answering directly. "I'm your lover." I was surprised. So the mind could create such a beautiful illusion. She seemed to see through my thoughts. A flicker of sorrow crossed her eyes. "You're so sad. You need me." So I came. I fell silent. The room suddenly grew quiet, as if to lighten the mood. She spoke playfully. "Of course, there's another reason. The grown-up me is a useless woman. After all this time, she still couldn't give the man she loves a complete home. So I had to come keep my beloved company myself." I didn't understand why she said that, but I could hear the sadness in her voice. With a soft sigh, I asked her name. After a moment of silence, she whispered, "Xiao Bing." The rain was pouring heavily that night. It was as heavy as the rain on the night of my car accident. I had survived by sheer luck, but it left an indelible scar on my heart. Whenever a thunderstorm like this came, nightmares would torment me. I tossed and turned in bed. A violent pain tore through my heart, like someone was repeatedly stabbing my chest with needles. I bit my lip hard, but it didn't help. It still hurt terribly. The pain made me want to die, and my tears soaked the pillow. Xiao Bing held me tightly, trembling. I must have looked utterly pathetic. Yet she tenderly kissed the blood from the corner of my lips. Then she let me rest in her arms. I knew she wasn't real. Yet, in that moment, I caught the faint scent of her perfume. I felt the softness and warmth of her body. Her tears fell onto the back of my hand. They were so hot, my hand trembled. She noticed and quickly turned away. I gripped her tightly and refused to let go. She let me hold her. She rested her forehead against mine, crying helplessly, holding it all in. She asked softly, "Fang Yuan, how can I help you?" Hesitantly, I touched her long hair. My heart suddenly skipped a beat. At that moment, this unreal phantom made my heart truly race. It was as if she truly existed in this world. I began to grow used to Xiao Bing being there. I saw her as a lover who belonged to me alone. Only I could touch her. Only I could see her. I wanted her to stay with me forever. I knew full well that I was willingly sinking deeper. That day, I made a rare visit to the clinic. "If I don't take my medication, can I keep my hallucinations forever?" At my question, the therapist sitting across from me frowned. "Mr. Fang, your condition is already very serious. I recommend involuntary treatment." I wasn't offended by his words. Instead, I calmly said, "I know my condition, but Dr. Lin, my lover has always been by my side. If getting better means losing her, then I'd rather stay like this forever." Dr. Lin was stunned. He had probably never met a patient like me. When I left the office and opened the door, I saw Xiao Bing sitting on the windowsill, gently swinging her legs. She smiled quietly, looking beautiful. People passed all around her, but no one could see her. "Xiao Bing, I'm here." At my voice, her eyes lit up. She ran lightly toward me. "Fang Yuan, I've been waiting for you so long." "Fang Yuan, Fang Yuan, Fang Yuan." Xiao Bing called my name in her soft, sweet voice. Her arms wrapped around my neck, her forehead nuzzling into the hollow of my neck. I'm here, Xiao Bing. I patiently answered every time she called me. She suddenly fell quiet. Her gentle eyes gazed at me without blinking. It feels like I haven't seen you in so long, but also like I just saw you. Fang Yuan, I miss you so much. My nose stung. Xiao Bing always appeared before me with heartbreaking tenderness. She was always by my side. She understood me too well. Even when I said nothing, she could read every thought in my heart. She watched me silently, then suddenly rose onto her toes. She hugged me gently and softly stroked my back. It's okay. It's okay. Xiao Bing will always love you. Only you. So I never went back to the doctor. I went straight home to sleep. When I woke the next morning, Xiao Bing was sitting beside my bed. She quietly watched me sleep. She gave me a sweet smile. She seemed even more beautiful than yesterday. She had gained a touch of mature feminine charm. Xiao Bing suddenly said she wanted to take me out for a walk. I agreed. The sun was warm as she took me to a nearby park. Then I noticed a woman staring at me. When I looked up, I froze. That woman looked exactly like Xiao Bing, as if they were the same person, but I thought Xiao Bing had more life in her. The woman noticed my gaze and hesitated. Then she firmly came over to greet me. I was surprised. I hadn't expected her to know me. She must have been someone I knew. But sadly, I seemed to have forgotten her. But it didn't matter, as long as I remembered Xiao Bing. As I thought that, she came over to talk with me. During our conversation, I learned her name was Bai Ningbing. Hearing that name, I couldn't help smiling at her. My lover looks a lot like you. Bai Ningbing's expression immediately darkened. You found a girlfriend so quickly? Since Xiao Bing had appeared just days ago. I smiled and nodded. Her expression grew even darker. I saw a man approaching from afar. He seemed to be Bai Ningbing's lover. The moment he reached her, he looked at me with open hostility. Bai Ningbing shot him a disgusted glare. Wang Dateng, what are you doing? The atmosphere turned awkward, and I wanted to leave. She instinctively reached for my hand, but I pulled away. See, Xiao Bing won't like that. On the way back, Xiao Bing seemed happy. I was confused. She affectionately linked her arm through mine. She said she'd met a fool who didn't know how to cherish what she had. After losing her most precious treasure, she found trash to fill the emptiness inside. Pathetic adults are like that. They refuse to admit their mistakes, so they keep charging down the wrong path until they miss their chance forever. She smiled so easily as she said it, but I thought there were tears glimmering in her eyes. After our walk, I was hungry, so I took Xiao Bing to a nearby cafe. After I ordered, the server hesitantly asked, "Just one?" I glanced at Xiao Bing across from me and quietly answered, "No, two." Though confused, the server thoughtfully set out to place settings. Xiao Bing couldn't eat, but she liked resting her chin in her hands and watching me. One of us ate, the other watched. It was peaceful, until a familiar male voice suddenly rang out. "Mr. Feng, what a coincidence." I looked up. It was Wang Dateng, and standing beside him was Bai Ningbing. She looked at me with a complicated expression. Fang Yuan. I ignored her. I only wanted to be quietly with Xiao Bing. After being ignored, Bai Ningbing's dark expression held an extra trace of hidden pain. She impatiently adjusted her hair. "Why haven't you answered my calls lately?" At last, I looked at her. "Why should I? I don't know you at all." Bai Ningbing froze, but Wang Dateng put on a carefree act and sat across from me. "Mr. Feng, are you on a date with some beauty? No wonder you were the department heartthrob back then. You found someone new right after the divorce. Get up." He forced a smile. "No one's sitting here. I'm just taking a seat. You don't mind, do you?" I shot to my feet, bracing both hands on the table. I said, "Get up. Who gave you permission to sit in my lover's seat? Why did this man have to take Xiao Bing's seat?" Wang Dateng's face instantly darkened. Bai Ningbing stepped forward, her face livid as she tried to ease the tension. But I waved her away. The pill bottle in my pocket fell out too. Pills scattered across the floor. Her gaze sharpened as she picked up the bottle. Her other hand clamped tightly around my arm. Her voice began to tremble. "What is this? Fang Yuan, when did you start taking this medication?" I struggled impatiently. "What's it to you?" Furious, she laughed and snatched my phone while I wasn't looking. She expertly entered Xiao Bing's birthday. After reading my chat history with Dr. Lin, the air around her turned icy. What is going on? But I couldn't focus on her, because I suddenly realized Xiao Bing was gone. In that instant, it felt as if my heart had been hollowed out. I frantically looked around. Xiao Bing. Xiao Bing. When I looked up again, someone who looked exactly like Xiao Bing was staring coldly at me. There was no tenderness in those eyes, only disgust. But when I saw that face, I still instinctively wanted to throw myself into her arms. But she asked darkly, "Who is Xiao Bing?" "You're not Xiao Bing." I tried to push her away, but I was too weak to muster any strength. Bai Ningbing pressed me into the chair. "Xiao Bing is me before I lost my memory, isn't she?" "Fang Yuan, you've completely separated who I am now from who I was before, haven't you?" It was as though she were asking me, but also asking herself. Bai Ningbing looked at me and gave a desolate smile. I didn't understand what she was saying. I only knew she was speaking badly of Xiao Bing. Looking at me, she suddenly softened her voice completely. "Fang Yuan, I am Xiao Bing. I thought she'd gone mad. They clearly had the same face. But how could she possibly be my Xiao Bing? Bai Ningbing read the answer in my eyes. Before Wang Dateng's stunned eyes, she pulled me tightly into her arms, gently stroking my back. Fang Yuan, you're sick, but it's okay. Take your medicine, and you'll get better. I promise you'll recover soon. Then she forcibly took me to a private hospital. She demanded the doctors cure my hallucinations. Terrified of losing Xiao Bing, I fought with all I had. But Bai Ningbing didn't waver in the slightest. Looking at her cold profile, I quietly begged her to let me go. But she left the room without expression. She looked exactly like Xiao Bing. Yet deep down, I thought she was terrifying. Bai Ningbing left Wang Dateng to watch over me, not knowing he was filled with hostility toward me. While I struggled, he ordered the aides to strap me to the bed. Then he looked down at me and asked, Fang Yuan, why are you still here? Why didn't you disappear in that car accident? Why? After she lost her memory and divorced you, can't she still let you go? I couldn't take in a word. I just called Xiao Bing's name over and over. After everyone left, Xiao Bing finally appeared. Eyes red, she held me in her arms. She kept kissing my cheeks. Xiao Bing will love Fang Yuan forever. You are the only reason I exist. Bai Ningbing returned the next day. Wang Dateng had already had my restraints removed. She watched me through the glass. Wang Dateng and a doctor she had hired stood beside her. After examining me, the doctor quickly gave his diagnosis. The patient is completely immersed in his delusions. His mind and body are both fragile. He cannot withstand further stimulation. Bai Ningbing frowned deeply. How can he be cured? The doctor fell silent for a moment. It's too severe. I'm afraid electroshock therapy is our only option. They wheeled me into a room full of equipment and strapped me to the bed. Bai Ningbing reached out to touch my face, but I viciously bit her hand. The metallic taste of blood spread through my mouth. Yet she didn't so much as furrow her brow. As if she felt no pain, she let me vent my rage. Fang Yuan, I will cure you. By then, I had become a little clearer. I knew the woman before me was Bai Ningbing, and I knew what she was about to do. But I didn't want to return to normal. I only wanted to be with Xiao Bing forever. I forced out a smile. Bai Ningbing, we're already divorced. You don't need to worry about me, she said coldly. No, if something happens to you, what will people say about me? But I knew she never cared about that. I promised her, whatever happened from now on, it would be my own choice. I would never drag her into it. I could even make a public statement that there is no longer any connection between us. Bai Ningbing stared at me for a long time. Her icy expression suddenly softened. Just when I thought she'd agree, her face abruptly hardened. Fang Yuan, you only think that because you're sick. She pressed the switch. Blinding pain tore through my body. Strapped to the bed, I could only struggle helplessly. After the treatment, I used every ounce of strength to crawl from the bed, but couldn't even reach the door. Bai Ningbing stood silently in the doorway. Nearly desperate, I called for Xiao Bing, but my lover, who was usually never apart from me, never appeared that day. Then Bai Ningbing quietly asked me, Fang Yuan, do you remember that car accident? You're Xiao Bing. Doesn't she look exactly like me before I lost my memory? My face went deathly pale. Those deeply buried, painful memories finally flooded my mind again. That day had been no different from any other day. I'd had drinks with a client, so Xiao Bing drove over to pick me up. She had always been steady and never got distracted while driving. She never drove while tired either. We should have gone home safely, just as we did every day. But that night, a truck driver ran a red light. The glaring high beams left Bai Ningbing unable to open her eyes. By the time she reacted, the truck was already hurtling toward us. In the final moment before impact, she instinctively threw her arms around me, using her body to shield me from the first impact. But when she woke up in the hospital, she no longer remembered me and no longer loved me. And the day after the accident was supposed to be our 5th wedding anniversary. The surprise I'd prepared for her remains unopened. Happy 5th anniversary, Xiao Bing. Only then did I understand. Xiao Bing had never been merely a hallucination. She was the Bai Ningbing in my memories, the one who loved me deeply. So even without medication, she was destined to disappear, because Xiao Bing had promised to love me forever. But the Bai Ningbing in my memories after she lost her memory had never loved me. We had loved each other for 10 years. Yet she only existed in this world for 10 days. Before the 11th day arrived, she silently left. She remained forever in the moment she loved me most. And the taut string in my mind finally snapped with her. I grabbed the fruit knife from the table and stabbed myself. Fang Yuan. Bai Ningbing froze for an instant, then rushed over to seize the knife. In the struggle, I crashed heavily to the floor. My vision grew darker and darker. Before her terrified eyes, I slowly closed my eyes, but they still saved me. When I woke again, Bai Ningbing was asleep, slumped over the edge of my bed. She looked haggard. A few strands of her hair had turned white overnight. The slightest movement woke her. She stared at me blankly. Fang Yuan, you're awake. We almost lost you. I wanted to ask why she saved me, but seeing how exhausted she was, I couldn't say it. For the past 3 years, even with amnesia, no matter how cold she was to me, she had never truly let me go. She didn't love me, but she wouldn't let anything happen to me. Bai Ningbing held me tightly. Fang Yuan, This was just an accident. Can we start over? There's no need. It was the first time, while clear-headed, that I had spoken to her so coldly, her face filled with disbelief. Have you thought this through? Your mental state was already unstable. And now, I cut her off. We have nothing to do with each other anymore. You don't need to take responsibility for me. I looked at her intently, as if I were separating her from the woman I loved in my memories. Bai Ningbing seemed to sense something. Panicked, she grabbed my hand. Fang Yuan, what are you thinking? I finally understood. Other than their appearance, Xiao Bing and the Bai Ningbing before me were completely different people, different personalities, different habits, even different souls. They were meant to be two separate people. I shouldn't keep searching this stranger for traces of the woman I once knew. So, you finally realized it. Only then did I realize. I had said every thought in my heart aloud. Bai Ningbing gripped my arm hard and sneered. Fang Yuan, you're even more arrogant than I am. You kept trying to find the woman from your past in me, all on your own. And once I truly fell for you, you wanted to throw that love away so easily. She suddenly kissed me. Her sharp teeth bit through my lip. Seeing my pain, she gave a twisted smile. I hate it most when people presumptuously assume I'm still that foolish woman from before. They think that whatever she liked, I must like too. Do you know, at first, I truly wanted you to disappear, since everyone treated me as if I were her. What did it matter if I tortured the man she loved most to death? What difference would it make? I never imagined that this was how she had seen me for 3 years. Bai Ningbing seized my chin, forcing me to look at her. Every time I saw you in unbearable pain, I enjoyed it. But that foolish woman and I are, unfortunately, the same person. The man she loved deeply, I ended up falling in love with too. It's all your fault. So, Fang Yuan, don't think you'll ever escape me in this life. I was the one diagnosed with a mental illness, yet her madness far surpassed my own. I began giving Bai Ningbing the silent treatment. She didn't care. She still came to see me at the hospital every day. At first, she stayed behind the glass. Later, she simply kept watch by my bed. Then one day, Wang Dateng suddenly burst into my room. He looked at my haggard state, his eyes full of scorn. Fang Yuan, how did you fall so low? I merely glanced at him calmly, but he reacted as though I deeply humiliated him. He rushed over and clamped his hands around my throat. Why would Bai Ningbing like someone like you? She was about to agree to marry me. Then you had to come back and ruin it. If you want to die, I'll help you. After Xiao Bing disappeared, I had no desire to live, so I didn't resist. Bai Ningbing arrived just then. She immediately shoved Wang Dateng away and had security drag him out. She touched my face anxiously. Fang Yuan, are you all right? I felt nothing. When will you let me leave? Her expression instantly darkened, but she quickly put on a gentle expression again. Don't worry. I won't let anyone hurt you again. You know that's not what I mean. I looked at her. Bai Ningbing, we could never be together again. Why are we impossible? She leaned close to my ear, her voice intimate and dangerous. Didn't you love me so much? Even in madness, you couldn't forget me. Fang Yuan, admit it. You still have feelings for me. I slapped her, knocking her head to the side. We're already divorced. You can start over. Stop worrying about me. She must have thought I was jealous. She actually explained patiently. That marriage arrangement was only a transaction. My parents can't accept you yet, so I chose Wang Dateng. It would only be a legal formality. Privately, we'd live separate lives. But since he dared hurt you, I can choose someone else. Shut up. I looked at her sadly. Bai Ningbing, how did you become like this? She tipped her head back with a cold laugh, her eyes glowing a frightening red. Fang Yuan, from the beginning until now, you've only searched me for her shadow. You say you love me, but why can't I find proof that you do? You only love who I used to be. Isn't that something you've always known? Her body went rigid, but for once, I let myself be selfish. I decided to say it all. She was the one who loved me for 10 years. She was the one who promised me a lifetime. She was also the one who lost her memory saving me in that accident. The one I have always loved is the Bai Ningbing, who gave me countless beautiful memories. Even when I lose my mind, the woman in my heart is who she used to be. Gentle, gracious, kind, and righteous. Shut up. Bai Ningbing violently swept everything off the table. Her eyes were bloodshot as she looked at me. Yet she ultimately swallowed her rage and forced a faint smile. You're just not well yet. You're only talking nonsense. Fang Yuan, you need to continue treatment. She looked down at me, her voice so gentle it sent chills through me. If you could forget once, then forget once more. After relentless electroshock treatments, my condition, which had just begun to improve, completely deteriorated. My mind seemed to regress to childhood. When Bai Ningbing heard the news, she rushed over at once. She stood before me, studying me closely, afraid I was only pretending to be insane. After a long while, she cautiously asked, Fang Yuan, do you still remember me? I stared blankly out the window, as if I couldn't hear her at all. Bai Ningbing finally lowered her guard, and happily told me, I'm your lover. The word lover stirred something in me. I violently knocked away the hand touching me. You're not? Xiao Bing is my lover. The smile on her face instantly froze. Her voice began to tremble. I'm your lover. Fang Yuan. It's me. I am Xiao Bing. I had no patience for her explanation. I only searched the room for that familiar figure. Where is Xiao Bing? Why won't you see me? After searching for a long time, I still couldn't find her. Heartbroken, I curled up in a corner, shaking all over. A warm hand suddenly settled on my shoulder. I looked up and saw Bai Ningbing looking at me with red-rimmed eyes. Fang Yuan, look at me. The one by your side now is clearly me. Why won't you even look at me? I couldn't understand what she was saying. I only recoiled from her in disgust. After I completely lost my mind, Bai Ningbing began watching over me without ever leaving my side. That hasty marriage arrangement was also cancelled. Wang Dateng came to cause trouble over it once, but Bai Ningbing's people threw him out. Before leaving, he looked at me in my madness, crying and laughing at once. I never imagined it. Bai Ningbing, who once loved you so deeply, ended up driving you insane with her own hands. She's truly heartless. Get out. With a dark expression, Bai Ningbing had him dragged away. I don't know what she later did to Wang Dateng, but with the methods she uses now, his fate could not have been good. Sometimes, I briefly regained clarity. Whenever that happened, Bai Ningbing would hold me tightly and cry without a sound. She apologized to me again and again, yet firmly said she had no regrets. I only found it laughable. She was the one who drove me to this. Now she was putting on an act of suffering. When she came to see me that day, I was in the midst of an episode. During those episodes, I recognized no one. I only remembered that I had to find Xiao Bing. I turned the whole room upside down, but there was no sign of her anywhere. Bored, I fiddled with the flowers in the vase. Bai Ningbing suddenly sat across from me and asked gently, Fang Yuan, what are you doing? At last, someone was talking to me. I immediately perked up. I'm looking for Xiao Bing. Have you seen her? I can't find her. Bai Ningbing went rigid all over. Her face turned pale. I am Xiao Bing. I studied her carefully, then sighed helplessly. You do look a lot like Xiao Bing, but you're far too cold. Xiao Bing is so gentle. She seized my hand anxiously. I am her. She sounded so serious that I had to compromise. Then show me the keepsake from when we were dating, and I'll believe you. Her expression instantly became desperate, because to get rid of me back then, she had thrown our matching pendant into the trash herself. I felt a little sorry for her, so I compromised again. Then, what about our little secret? Surely you remember that? Her lips parted, but her face went ashen. I understood at once. I gently patted her shoulder. You don't remember anything. You know nothing. Yet you claim to be Xiao Bing. Stop bothering me. I still need to find my lover. Don't you have a lover of your own? Why are you pretending to be my lover? Her eyes filled with tears. I'm looking for my lover too. That immediately caught my interest. What happened next? He doesn't recognize me anymore. I stared at her blankly, thinking this woman was truly pitiful, but she stared at me intently, her gaze like that of a hunting beast. Perhaps this is my punishment, but I don't regret it at all. Even if I had another chance, I would still do the same. Even if he's insane, he can only remain by my side. She said it without the slightest hesitation. Yet I felt that she was close to breaking down. Another day passed. My mind was unusually clear. Bai Ningbing sat beside me, peeling an apple for me. I smiled at her. I want to go outside for a walk. It was as if she'd received the greatest gift. She repeatedly said yes. On the way, Bai Ningbing stopped to buy me coffee. She told me to wait in the car. I nodded obediently. Once she disappeared into the coffee shop, I crawled into the driver's seat and started the car. When Bai Ningbing ran outside, she only saw her car plunge from the overpass. The coffee in her hand crashed to the ground. She rushed toward the guardrail like a madwoman. As for me, I sat in the driver's seat without struggling. As the car kept falling, I even felt relieved. I truly didn't want to keep living in such a muddled state. Leaving now might be a good ending after all. In the final second before I lost consciousness, I heard someone scream my name with all their strength. The next moment, the car slammed violently into the ground. My name is Bai Ningbing. After I woke from the car accident, that was the name people told me. They also told me I lost my memories in that accident. At first, I didn't care who I was at all. A man was the reason I began to hate the woman I had been before I lost my memory. I had only recently woken up then. He hurried to see me, dragging his leg in a cast. He said his name was Fang Yuan, and that he was my husband. I looked at this gentle, handsome man. I saw the undisguised concern and love in his eyes. One look was all it took for me to fall for him. Just like the Bai Ningbing from before, I fell in love with him. But I soon discovered that he didn't love the woman I was now. I knew it clearly, yet I couldn't stop myself from being jealous of my former self. The better Fang Yuan treated me, the deeper my hatred grew. So, for the past 3 years, I kept tormenting him. Sometimes, I pretended my memories had returned and treated him tenderly. Sometimes, I showed my true nature and was heartless to him. Other times, I deliberately flirted with other men. Every time I saw him suffer, I felt utterly satisfied. I was never afraid he would leave me because he loved Bai Ningbing so deeply. I always thought it would stay that way until he truly left me and became a madman. He would rather stay with the Bai Ningbing of his imagination than look at me again. I hated her beyond measure. Bai Ningbing, You clearly no longer exist. Why are you still trying to take him from me? Fang Yuan is mine. Fang Yuan, don't think you can escape me through death. I will never let you leave me. We will be together forever.